Hello loyal viewers. Like me, you probably never thought that this day would come. A Megamind sequel! How glorious! I bet it's going to be amazing. Oh, okay, never mind. March the 1st had the release of two very anticipated sequels, both of which are quite celebrated in their genre. One was released to amazing reviews, some calling it one of the best science fiction films of all time, and the other one is Megamind vs. the Doom Syndicate. The Doom Syndicate. I saw Doom 2 at the midnight release, and while I liked it, I didn't love it. I may make a video on it soon. Austin Butler was just too funny. What the hell is this shit? But overall, I did enjoy the movie. So that left the Megamind sequel to watch. Megamind is obviously a very liked film, and I do like it myself personally. It's one of Dreamworks' best films in my opinion. It was the better film compared to Despicable Me that also came out in 2010, and both included a character named Minion. Yeah, that is a bit weird. But anyway, Despicable Me launched Illumination into their very successful career. Well, at least financially. And Megamind didn't make enough money to warrant a sequel. What a shame. Until now. When the Megamind sequel trailer was released, it received a bunch of backlash on the internet. When I say a bunch, I mean every single person in their right mind trashed it. The main reason why is because it's barely a sequel. It's not really a film, to be honest. It's just a pilot episode for the new Megamind TV series. And once you know that, there's no real reason to be annoyed by it. Like, does it really matter? I highly doubt a real sequel would ever get made, but the marketing in this was quite deceptive, to be fair. From the first glance, this could seem like a whole new theatrical movie. So when people see what it actually is, I don't blame people for being so upset. Now, of course I had to see how amazing this film was going to be, so I rushed to watch it as soon as I could. So is this film actually good? Will it make me rethink all my life choices? Just give me a couple of hours, guys, I'll be back in a sec.
2,000 years later.
Yeah, I mean, it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. The trailer is the exact quality of the movie. It's not surprisingly good or even surprisingly worse. I can't really be angry at this one. I'm not the biggest Megamind fan anyway. The big issue with this is the voice acting. It's part of a TV series, so it was a safe bet that Will Ferrell wasn't going to return. And of course he didn't. In fact, nobody returned. In some ways, thank God for that. But no, the replacement is just doing a very weak Will Ferrell impersonation. Nothing against the guy, and he does seem to get a lot of work, but it just sounds very cheap. The Minions sound-alike is not much better at all, and Metro Man and Hal aren't even in this, so thankfully we don't have to suffer even more. To be honest, the Roxanne Ritchie sound-alike sounds pretty good, to be fair. It's just a shame that the rest of the voice cast doesn't sound that good. The little girl in this sounds so weird too. It's like her lines were recorded on a 3DS, and she's voiced by a full-grown adult, which is fair enough. But why choose someone who can't sound like a kid? The other big issue is the animation. And yeah, obviously it looks like shit. It's very cheap looking and has bad lighting. You know, all the typical things that you'd expect from something like this. They also cheap out with the amount of animation they use. For example, Metro City is supposed to be this big crowded bustling city, right? And in broad daylight nobody is around. Where's all the cars and people? It's just a bit strange. And of course the animation errors that were pointed out in the trailers are here. It's just laziness, to be honest. And that tennis ball shot looks so bad. They just float out of the gun. And for them to make this seem like a worthy successor to the original is just sad. The animation does scream Nickelodeon CGI TV show level, from about 10 or so years ago. So of course the original looks miles and miles better. It's kind of embarrassing when they recap the first movie at the start, because the animation just looks leagues better than this. Also, why do we even need a recap? Who hasn't seen Megamind? And also, why would someone watch the sequel if they haven't seen the first? So yeah, the obvious glaring issue is the actual story. And of course the first one is quite clever for a Dreamworks film. It changes up some generic tropes and makes it into a very fun film. This results in the first movie being very well paced. Yeah, you can see what I'm getting at with this movie. The actual plot of the film is again, TV spin-off level. The plot is pretty much that the Doom Syndicate has returned to team up with Megamind. You may be asking me, the Doom Syndicate has returned? I don't remember them. And you would be correct. But the movie sure tries to make it out like they were always part of Megamind's story. Apparently Megamind formed this Doom Syndicate but then left because he wanted to be on his own. Wait, wasn't he just with Minion since birth? This is what we call retconning in a story, guys. Make sure to never do it if you make a sequel. And also, a big point of the first movie is that Megamind has been fighting Metro Man his whole life. And year after year, Metro Man would always win. So when Megamind does actually win, it's surprising. But no, he actually formed this Doom Syndicate the whole time. Where the hell were they in the previous movie? The designs of the Doom Syndicate are also quite bad. They look like the Incredibles 2 heroes. It also removes the weight of the first movie. So are there just an unlimited amount of superheroes and villains now? I thought Metro Man was so celebrated because he was one of the only people with powers. Now it just seems like anyone can have them. Megamind doesn't even have an arc in this. Like, what did he actually learn from the story? To not work with villains. Didn't he do that in the first one? There's no point for this to be a Megamind story. None at all. It's just pointless. Minion is also very wasted in this movie. Sorry, his name is Old Chum now for some reason. In the film they say it's because of copyright, but maybe it's because of the actual minions from Despicable Me. Either way, Chum is such a dumb name. And his character arc is that he doesn't want to work for Megamind anymore because Megamind doesn't appreciate him enough. That is the exact same plot as the first movie. What the hell, guys? At least try and make some new plot points. So the two main characters are completely and utterly wasted in this movie. And because the film is so similar to the first but without any of the creativity, it becomes so boring to watch. Why watch this film when it's the first one again but shit? Roxanne's storyline is that she doesn't know what she wants to do. Riveting storytelling there, guys. So they just make her the mayor of the city at the end. It's just more forced ideas for no reason. I think that's so telling from a film like this. The story and conflict should have come very naturally, but obviously it didn't. And yeah, for the babies, we have the little girl who's the leader of the Megamind fan club. And yeah, her story is that she's obsessed with Megamind, I guess? And at the end she says she was bullied. Like, cool mate, I really don't care. Trying to cram this sad scene at the end is just stupid. And I can't review this movie without showing the best scene of the film. You see, Megamind 2 is so clever and subversive, because instead of the dance number being at the end like every other animated film, they include it in the middle, and it's absolutely amazing. It made me emotional. It's one of the best scenes in all of cinema. Well, Dreamworks, the people have spoken. Try again next time, guys. The original Megamind is quite a unique animated film, and I honestly don't see any sequel of it doing well. The movie wraps up pretty nicely, and any sequel would just feel like a low budget TV series. This one sure did, and that's because it is. Of course this is first class junk, guys. But honestly, Dreamworks have made worse films than this.
It's junk. First class junk.